Welcome to Breakups, Broken Hearts, and Moving On with Janice Formichella. I'm Janice Formichella, a breakup coach passionate about supporting others to learn from their breakups, overcome loneliness, love being single, and see the end of a relationship as the beginning of a magical, sexy new chapter in life. I am here each week to share with you the tools that I have learned through my own painful breakups, through hitting rock bottom more than once, and through working with people all around the world to heal their broken hearts. If you are looking for hope and strength to move on from your breakup and resources to enjoy your new life, you are in the right place, and I've got your back. Hi, everyone. I hope that you're all having a great week, and thank you so much for tuning in. It just means the absolute world to me. And if you would like to pay it forward, please remember that I've got a new Patreon with all sorts of fun things over there. I will drop the link in the show notes. That is a great way to show me a little love, show me that you like the podcast. And yeah, like I said, just absolutely makes my day. Plus, being an indie podcaster is a lot of work, and the support goes a really, really long way. And of course, if you are here because you are healing from a breakup, head over to janiceformichella.com and let's chat about how we can work together. Today, we are talking about healing from a breakup, but we're going to talk about how you can help someone else heal from a breakup. I tell a lot of my coaching clients that one of the silver linings or one of the unexpected or unseen gifts of a breakup is that you will most likely, if you embrace the opportunity, be able to help someone else who is going through a breakup. What a gift, right? Today, we are going to talk about ways to do that. Being present can really, really, really plant some really powerful seeds for healing. So why not do it right? This is going to be a 2-part episode. Today's episode will be lots of kind of practical and really foundational ways to show up for someone. And in part 2, I will be talking about some things that you might not expect that can really, really help your friend get through their breakup. If you've been through a breakup, I'm guessing you know just how hard it can be. And therefore, it can also be really heartbreaking to see someone you care about go through the same pain, right? So today we are talking about how to help a friend through a breakup. I've got 5 tips for you today. So get a pen and paper and let's get started. Let's start showing up for your friend or preparing to show up for someone, because we all go through breakups, right? Be ready. Helping a friend through a breakup. Tip number 1. This might actually seem obvious, but give your friend some time. I know that it can be really frustrating to see a friend really struggle to get over an ex or to move on from the relationship, especially if maybe the relationship wasn't so good or the breakup was kind of messy. It can actually be quite perplexing to see someone in so much pain when, from your point of view, it makes total sense that the relationship ended and you don't really understand why they'd be upset at all, right? Well, that's not exactly how a broken heart works. And just because you can see how lucky they are to be free of it doesn't mean that they can. And even if they can, it doesn't mean that it still doesn't hurt. Remember, you can still feel pain over losing something that wasn't good for you. Let me say that again. You can still feel pain over losing something that wasn't good for you. Remind yourself of that. It is not so cut and dry for your friend. And even if you are glad they have broken up with this person, they still need time to grieve, process, and get to their own moving on point. And your support actually might help them to get there. So be as patient as possible. Be there to listen as much as you can. I'm definitely encouraging everyone listening to have personal boundaries when it comes to this. And I will be speaking a little bit more to that in part 2. Definitely ask yourself what your boundaries are in this situation. It will help both of you. Do your best not to shame them for struggling right now. If their grieving period does go on what you would, I guess, consider to be healthy, you could always suggest that they speak to a professional. You can give them my number, but never criticize. So that's tip number 1. Give them time. Tip number 2 might seem a little obvious, but tip number 2 is suggest activities. It's really important to just simply check in right now. A simple text asking how you are or asking how a person is just, it goes so long, such a long way, and it can just help you to feel so much better. Knowing that even one person is thinking of you sometimes just can make your whole day, especially when you're in pain. And it can also be extremely comforting to ask how you might help or what might be supportive. This person might draw a complete blank. They are in pain, they don't know, and also they might not want to think about what to ask to do. So don't let it stop there. Don't just ask what you can do. Even if you don't normally do this, come up with fun and comforting things to do for or with your friend. You be the one to make suggestions and take a really big hand in the execution. So suggesting dinner, suggesting to go on a walk, buying them flowers, maybe buying tickets to a show. Don't add an extra burden, even if it doesn't seem like a burden to you, by continually asking them what they want to do. Come up with a plan, present it to them, see if they're into it. Your initiative is going to provide company to your friend. The fact that you are reaching out in and of itself will mean a lot. Maybe they don't take you up on the offer or don't feel like getting out of the house, but I promise you, the care you put into planning is going to just give them the love and attention that they deserve and that they might be missing. Some people spend a lot of time in relationships with their partner, and this might really help to kind of fill a void right now. Oh, and also head to my blog, because if you're going to suggest a movie night with your friend, I've got great recommendations for the best breakup movies. Go over to janicesformichella.com. I'll link in the show notes. Tip number 2 was suggest activities. Tip number 3, try to resist giving unasked for advice. This can be very tricky, especially if you've gone through a breakup before and you think that you know what will help. Be there to listen as much as possible. Some of the advice is kind of obvious that people give during breakups. Move on, telling them that you're better, telling them that they are better off, telling them to forget about this person, etc. It's also nothing that your friend hasn't heard, nothing that your friend probably hasn't even told themselves. They know that they need to move on. They know that they need to forget about this person. They might even know that they're better off, but that doesn't mean that it helps any of the pain at all. It's just really, really not helpful. Unless they directly ask for advice or input, be there to listen and to let them know that they are cared for. Let them know that they have someone outside of the relationship that is there for them and who isn't judging and who just wants to be a friend and just wants to let them vent and talk. It feels so good to do that after a breakup. Of course, there is a limit. I will talk more about boundaries next time, but just be there to listen while also having your boundaries. Okay, so the next one is a bit tricky and perhaps controversial. I actually posted on Facebook about it this week and got some varying opinions about it. Tip number 4 is be willing to take a side. Let's talk about this. I understand if you have friendships with both people in the relationship that, yes, this can be tricky, uncomfortable, kind of cringy. And I also think that under certain circumstances, when you do take a side, you're showing someone that you are unconditionally there for them. So, in the initial days after a friend's breakup, give them a super safe place to come to, maybe by taking a social media break from the ex, maybe not talking to the ex about the relationship, maybe not having much contact. This is especially important if the breakup was an ugly one. Your friend is not going to be as likely to come to you or to feel safe if they know you're carrying on with their ex. And I'm not necessarily saying you need to sever ties with this person and cut them out of your life, but I'm just saying for the time being, make sure that your friend knows that you're not having regular contact and that you're showing up fully for them. And I think specifically, I'm talking about maybe if you're closer with one person over the other, definitely if you were friends with your friend first before you knew their partner, it really can feel like you've got loyalty and, like I said, unconditional love if this person knows that you are willing to take a stand for them and limit contact with their ex. And whatever you do, don't try and maintain regular contact and hide it from your friend. I've talked about this on the podcast a few times, but I have some friends do this to me when I was going through my divorce. And when I found out that they were going to my ex-husband's concerts, I was completely devastated. I was completely humiliated about all the times I had gone to them to talk about what was going on. And quite frankly, furious. So don't keep it from your friend. Just be upfront about what you are doing. Number 4, be willing to take a side. I know that was not going to land with everyone. So please comment on the podcast and let me know what you think about being willing to take a side. You can also go over to Instagram, say hi, and yeah, let me know. Or have you been in a situation where you were either forced to take a side or pressured to take a side, or maybe you were just completely willing to? I would really like to hear from you about this. Maybe I'll do an entire episode on the topic. Number 5, ways to help a friend through a breakup. Save being flaky for another time. This is not the time to show up late, to cancel plans. If you are going to show up for someone, show up. Some of you might need to self-reflect on how flaky you really are and how you might be wanting to do things differently this time around. This is the time to make an extra effort to be dependable. And if you are someone who maybe does quote unquote flake out, yeah, maybe this is your opportunity to change that habit. Remember that sensitivities are super heightened when you have a broken heart, you have emotions that are really raw, really close to the surface. Even if your friend might normally be understanding about rescheduling, canceling, etc., it may feel a lot more either devastating or sensitive, or it might just hit harder right now. And also, yes, I've been through this. I was often laid back about this. And when I went through one of my last breakups, when I had someone cancel on me, it just made me feel abandoned, lonely, all the things. Show up for your friend right now. Honor 100% of what you say you are going to do. So let's review the tips. Number 1, ways to help a friend during a breakup. Give them time. Suggest activities. Try to resist giving unasked for advice. Instead, try to listen as much as possible. Be willing to take a side. And 5, save being flaky for another time. And if you'd like to add a lot more power to the breakup, you can download and send to your friend the Broken Heart Repair Kit. That is my ebook with my 3-step method to beating your breakup. I am sure that they would love it. And of course, you can send them over to my website to look at some coaching, or maybe you want to buy them some coaching. Or maybe you're listening to this because you are going through a breakup and you're curious about what I have to say. If you are, I'm so glad you're here. I know what you were going through. I'm sorry for what you were going through. And I also completely know that you can beat it. If you're listening for a friend, I know that they are capable of beating it. And with your support, they'll probably be able to do it sooner. Thank you all for listening today. Thank you all for your ongoing support. I will see you next week. And I'm sending you so much strength for the week ahead. Thank you for listening to Breakups, Broken Hearts, and Moving On with Janice Formichella. I sincerely hope that you found today's episode inspirational or useful. I would love to support you on your healing journey. All you have to do is send me a message on Instagram at Janice Formichella, or check out my programs at janiceformichella.com, and I will get you started. Remember, if you are struggling with a broken heart, your feelings are temporary. I am sending you so much love and luck and strength for the week ahead. You've got this.